right, how about we do our pantry tour challenge? Now, this is my downstairs pantry. This would be the long-term pantry and the canning pantry. I already showed you our working pantry, and I can link that video in the description below if you missed that. So as you come downstairs into my pantry, this is going to be this is where we have like junk drinks. Yes, we keep a little bit of pop in the house. We have a little bit, not a lot. This is some sweet tea that it's probably gone bad. I'm gonna have to look into that. That might need to go in the garbage. But this is going to be where we keep our paper products, dog treats, my egg cartons. I told you I have an order coming in. I got to restock my toilet paper and paper towel. So I did not know, like, we are just about out of toilet paper. I think I have 10 rolls upstairs. That's not a lot for our family. So I buy the big industrial commercial Scott's brand of bulk 60 rolls, and that lasts us a couple months. So I have that coming in, and I already ordered it, but it's not coming in until Friday. So it'll be after the first of the year, but it's paid for from this month. And then as you come over, this is what we would call, oh wait, look at this. These are the walnuts that we foraged from the tree. So when you forage walnuts, you just clean all the dirt off of them, and then you hang them in a bag that has airflow. I don't even know where this bag came from. It was in one of my drawers, and so it was perfectly what we needed. So whoever left this bag at my house, thank you. These walnuts taste so good. So once you harvest them, I think we harvested them in September, you let them sit for about 8 weeks, and you get all the dirt off, you let them sit. Well, I just ate some, and I gave away some for Christmas presents. They are so good. So I will be doing some baking with these this January, and that adds so much nutrition, completely organic, completely free. I don't know what these walnuts would have even cost, because I never buy nuts because of my children's peanut allergy, because there's so much cross-contamination. But when I collect nuts like this, there's not cross-contamination, and so my children who can do nuts are able to eat these without any concerns. So then I'm gonna have to turn this light back on, friends. Where did it go? Here we are, it's over here. My basement is such a fun adventure of an old basement. I'll have to show you one of the things. This home is built on old beams because it's so old, but this is the coolest house. All right, so then as we walk in, let me turn this light back on over here. Can you see me? Okay, there we go. So you walk in past the paper products, and then we come on over here, and we have coffee, pasta, condiments, some juices, and then down here we have some shelf-stable milk that I keep on hand in case I need this. And this month I will be using this. I'll pull it out, throw it in the fridge, get it nice and cold, and I will be using this. I don't typically make the kids drink powdered milk and shelf-stable milk, but we have this. It needs to be used up. I'm doing my challenge, and I'm saving some money. So this month we will be using that. We have I keep lots of coconut milk, condensed milk, more coconut milk. And then this is all, when I say this is canned coconut milk for baking and things like that. And then this one is the liquid coconut milk and oat milk for my dairy-free kids. I want to make sure that I keep those things on hand. So those are things that I keep on stock. And then you come on over to the next shelf, and we're still in store-bought things here. So we have this, we're starting with some canned things. Cowboy candy, if you don't do it, you have to do it, and I'll show you how to make this year. This stuff is so good. But we have a little bit of cornstarch, which just needs to be stocked in its other area. So I only bought one thing of maple syrup for January. That's not going to last us. We are using up the one that we have now, and I think what I'll do when this runs out is I will just make some strawberry syrup. So I will show you how to do that, and we'll just use strawberry syrup for the second part of the month. Italian dressing, I have a daughter who has allergies, and that's really one of the only dressings she can do. But after this runs out, we'll go ahead and just make some more up. I have some more. Let me turn this light on. Okay, here are some more nuts. These are from the ones that get the green husks. So I have some more nuts here that we harvested completely free. Don't know what they would cost, but they're ones we can eat. Green beans. Now this whole shelf was full of green beans. We have already eaten that many. I usually try to wait till this challenge to really dive in, and we do fresh until then, but I was kind of like, I'm going to start using it. So we have used quite a bit out of our pantry already. So I went ahead and bought some green beans, and then we have a little bit of crackers. I told you I had one box of cereal downstairs. There it is, the one box of cereal. We will run out of crackers very quickly and run out of graham crackers very quickly. We do a lot of soups, so we will use crackers. We'll be making some crackers as we can. We'll be using, I keep tortilla chips on stock, so we'll be doing those. We'll be making a lot of rolls, so our sides won't necessarily be easy at all, but I'm home, so I can do this now. This is what my time at home, homeschooling my kids, feeding them well, I will be doing what I love. My lips are getting so cold. All right, so down here, right, we currently only have one can of the potatoes that we can. So that blows my mind. I'm not sure why that is, other than we've just been eating the potatoes and not taking the time to can them. Here we have store-bought carrots, store-bought beets, but then next to that we have all of our cranberry juice. This will be the juice that we drink this month, and when we drain it and we drink it, we will use the berries in muffins, or we will freeze them and add them to fruit smoothies. Once they've been sitting in the sugar, they taste so good, and that they're just enough sour. So we are a big cranberry family. I actually have 4 more things of cranberries upstairs that we are going to be canning this month, so that I can keep the keep our cans filled. We're rotating, right? I'm using what's down here, we replace what's down here. It's a constant medley of back and forth. So then this is our tomato shelf. You can see all of our tomato products. I can't keep us in enough tomato products. So this will be gone. By the end of February, all of this will be gone. We've got our corn down there. We planted a huge thing of corn in our huge field. We lost half of it because it got mowed down on accident because the weeds were so high. But we still got an amazing harvest. But then I also found a local gentleman who sells corn for a really good price, so I ended up buying a couple bushels from him also. We ate a ton of it, and we have already eaten a ton of it, but I'm thankful for what we have going into this challenge. And then over here, we've got pickles, not nearly the pickles we typically have. We've got some cabbage and sauerkraut, dill pickles. These are all of our asparagus. My family's not a huge fan of asparagus. The asparagus has to get eaten. It's several years old, so this needs to get eaten this year. Then when we get all of that yellow squash, I go ahead and can up what's left. We'll throw this in soups or throw this into stir fries. Again, it's not their favorite, but it's added nutrition, and it was free because we grew it in the garden and I didn't pay a dime for it. And this is how I not have waste in the garden, is I go ahead and can it up. And then we've got so we were blessed with some, I used to go to a food pantry, and these are a few years old, 24. I guess they're not a few years old. I was blessed with, how did I end up with those carrots? I guess it doesn't matter, but I got a ton of those baby carrots. And at the time, I didn't have refrigerator space, and we were eating them, but I mean, it was like a whole case. I got a whole box of them. So I went ahead and canned some up in 2024. So those need to get eaten too. So we'll make some fun carrots with those. So I do keep water, as you can see. Now we have a small generator that if we do lose power, we can run the well for a minute and fill up water. We can, run our pellet stove. I don't keep a ton of water, and I know people can water and all of that, but the Holy Spirit has not convicted me about that. If the Holy Spirit convicts me about that, I will certainly do that. But as you look at like every jar that I fill with food, it has juice in it. Now this juice is stock. Don't dump that. If you don't drink it, then feed it to your animals. So I never just dump that water. So if we were in a survival situation where we needed more water, we have it. So I'm not sure where I'm at with just tons and tons of water. I hope I don't regret that. The prepper in me is like, I don't know. But I do keep water for flushing. So like I'll empty a container and then fill it with water and put a little bit of bleach or a little bit of vinegar in there to keep the bacteria from growing. And I put on there flushing water. So we do have that. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 12 gallons for drinking, which would not last a family this long, that long, but it would give us time to kind of figure it out. So that's, a majority. You can see I still have store-bought. Like, we absolutely love, the kids prefer the organic spaghetti sauce from Aldi. So I try to keep that on hand for my daughter who has a lot of food allergies because that's something that she can eat. They're not big fans of the sauce that I can, but we're going to have to eat it this month. Big fans or not, that's what we have to eat. We have our long-term food storage, which I try not to use anything from this because this stuff lasts like 30 years. I have a goal to use this when my daughter Macy turns 16 because she's getting a little bit, she'll be moving towards graduation and she is the last one in the home. So I plan on using this when she turns 16 just to get this, refresh my stock and kind of use up this stuff. But I will pull some out. Just even for ease sake, I had showed you my other pantry under my other pantry video about the potato soup. Like we love it. I cannot keep that on the shelf. If it's down here, we're going to come and get it. So, it's all easy foods, things that we need to have full of nutrition for just in case, but I plan on using it when Macy turns 16. I'll make a video about that. Okay. And then we come over here and I say when I empty these big buckets, this one was oats. Well, now you can see it's full of marshmallows, but behind the marshmallows is candy. And I hide it because I like to surprise the kids, especially when I'm doing a challenge like this. We'll do a movie night and I'll make like a snack mix with M&Ms or something like that. But I have to hide the M&Ms because they will get eaten. I will find children down here eating them. And my children never get in trouble for that unless I have a note on it that says it's saved for certain things. I will not have hungry children. So if they're down in the pantry eating, they're hungry and they're just fine. We have I went ahead and stocked up on our wheat berries at the local store. So we have plenty of wheat berries for grinding for all of our baking. And then you'll see all of our other things. Dried cranberries, chai, coconut. This is like Jell-O, chocolate chips, baking soda, baking powder, all my gluten-free flours. And then this is all my hard beans, navy beans, brown, there's brown rice in here, chickpeas, quinoa, lentils. This is a very heavy thing, but this is what we're going to plan on canning in January because I do not have the beans that I need. And even my meat shelf is really sparse. This is my meat shelf. We've got stew meat, chorizo, more stew meat, but this is venison stew meat. This is beef stew meat. We've got a little bit of turkey and chicken back there. Down here, I have salmon. We have those potatoes and roast. And then I make soup mix. So throughout the garden season and in the fall, I just use, it's onions, peppers, green beans, potatoes, carrots, celery, and then I make soup a lot. That's what we call fast food. We'll say it's a fast food day, and that's where I'll grab, a stew meat, a couple things of soup, and we only have 6 kids at home now. It used to take 4 things of soup mix for one meal for our family, but it's not anymore. It's 2 with our meat and our crackers. So right now, just in soup, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 14 meals just with soup. Now I'm not going to serve just soup. And it's fun because they're all different soups. This one has a ham stock in it with tomatoes and peas. And so I'll put ham in with that one. So we have all these different soups that will be eaten in January. And then in the bottom, you can see we have some beans. But I really need to make up more beans because we will be doing a lot of chili this month. Not only because we have the venison burger, but because we love chili and it's cold out and it's the perfect time. Now, I'm going to show you one more thing. This is all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All 12 of these are bone broth. So we use it, but I make it. I don't make any meat that I don't make some kind of stock. So some of it's more stock than bone broth. You can see that the nice fats on side. I don't drain the fats off of my bone broth. I have a lot of children. It's not bone broth, with its stock. Bone broth is much thicker, much different than stock. I don't drain the fats off my stock because we have a lot of allergies in our household, and there is a lot of omegas in that fat that is really good for my children. And I want you to know that we do, for the ones that can, we do butter, we do bacon, we do stock that does not have the fat drained off. My children do nothing that is fat-free. I try to stay away from corn syrup as much as possible. They do sugar. And I want you to know that through our doctor's office, they do they check for cholesterol, for genetic cholesterol levels in kids, because it's becoming such a problem. I'm trying to get this light to turn back on, because it's becoming such a problem. And so I went ahead and had my middle schoolers checked just to see where they were at, to see if I needed to make some diet changes or add some supplements. And not one of my children is struggling. I mean, their cholesterol is like low. Like, not only is it good, but it's very low. They have beautiful cholesterol numbers. So our kids need fats, friends, not sugar, not trans fats, not, we eat all olive oil. We eat all good fats. So keep that in the back of your mind as you're thinking about diet for our kids. So they need fat. So that's the other thing. I keep tuna. These are the little pouches. And I know that's a convenience food, and it's a little bit more expensive, but my boys love tuna, and they will eat tuna constantly. And sometimes, because they make it themselves, and they do make tuna salad for the whole family, but sometimes it's fun to just have them have those pouches, because boys are hungry all the time. My teenage girls, they aren't hungry the way teenage boys are. And so by keeping this on hand, they can just come get this. They know this is theirs. This is not planned for any meals. This is, hey, dude, it's 11 o'clock at night. You're starving. Make yourself a tuna salad sandwich, okay? So when you have teenage boys, I think it's really important that they have what they need food-wise. All right, so I showed you all the stock. Over here in the corner, we have just jars that need to be filled. That's how much we did not can this year. I just couldn't keep up with the canning and the gardening, and so that's why I have freezers that I need to get the vegetables and fruit out of and either make or can up. I would like to have, by the end of February, I want to have this freezer unplugged. I don't want to run that freezer year round. There is extra cost, a lot of extra cost of running freezers. They're worth it. I'm not running to the store. I'm eating fresh food, but I also don't want to run them all year long. And then this last shelf, you will be shocked at how much little canned fruit we have. We have some strawberry applesauce, some peaches. We have pear sauce and applesauce. Down here we have some blueberries. Let me show you. Blueberries, raspberries that we will put in muffins or fruit smoothies. This one is more of, this is plums. Oh, I cannot wait to open those up. Those are so good. Those are like magic. And then here we have some cherries. Now we have a ton of frozen cherries, so we will be using the frozen cherries before we do anything with the canned cherries, because again, I want to get that freezer emptied. And then here, I'm going to show you something. We grew these. They're starting to get eyes on them, so we're going to break those eyes off. These are what we're using first. I'm going to make French fries as part of the new year, and we need to get these. So we have a little bit left there. I told you we had our sweet potatoes that we grew that need to be used up. And then we have potatoes over here. Now, when I have 3 things of potatoes left. I will start with the bottom one because those get eyes. So I'll pull these two off, pull the potatoes out. We like mashed potatoes and baked potatoes, so we'll be eating those. And then I start from the bottom just because they'll get those eyes. It's so cold down here. They get those eyes on them really quick. Well, that's kind of the tour of our downstairs pantry. So when I call it my prepper's pantry, this is like where all my canning stuff is. And then my long-term pantry is just this little corner shelf right there that we will be using up in a few years, actually in about the next 5 years or 6 years, that will need to be used up, although it's 30-year food. So I started getting it in 2020. And I get some, a couple times a year. So none of it is anywhere near needing to be used yet. It's 30-year food. So that is our food pantry challenge that we're doing. That's our pantry. So I told you in the other video, the goal is to use up, use up, use up. Don't let waste happen. We want to use up what's in the freezer and get that little freezer unplugged. And I want to use up some of these canned goods that are a few years old that really need to get used up now. So that's it. That's the pantry challenge. I joined Jessica over at Three Rivers Homestead. She's the one who kind of heads this up and inspires this. And so I'm joining with her and lots of other women and families and men. Sorry, guys, but it's a women's channel, so I tend towards talking to women, but please don't take that personally. So this is just the beginning of this pantry, and it's going to be a lot of really good work. This is a great time of year to really focus on eating out of the pantry because we have all this food available to us, and I'm not working out in the garden all day. In the summer, we eat a lot of like, here is some good zucchini and carrots, and then here is some ground burger that we're going to make into what we call sloppy burgers. It's like Sloppy Joe's, but it's just burger that they put, we cut up pickles and onions and just eat it without a bun. And so I'll say, here's your sloppy burger with some veggies on the side because I'm so exhausted from working in the garden. So winter time during this challenge is my time that we do a lot of cooking, and I teach the children a lot of baking because we're going to be baking our own bread and our own tortillas and our own muffins and our own biscuits and all of that. So we'll follow along, like and subscribe. Help me push this video into the algorithm and help me grow my social media, and follow along. Hugs, friends.